Good evening. For those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Jim Camaro. I am one of the original members, I believe the original. Maybe you guys played 1 year without me before I started. But one of the first members of the men's Andover Wheel and Frame softball team many years ago, probably, 1997? So maybe almost 20 years ago. I've since moved away from the state. You might detect a hint of a southern accent. I now reside in the great state of North Carolina. First of all, before I go too much further, I want to give my condolences to Maggie and the family. Hearing of Big Jim's passing stung a little bit, and I'm sure that his absence is felt, especially on an occasion like tonight. So my condolences, Maggie, and to the girls and John, and I hope that as time passes, so will the pain. But he'll always be remembered. Great memories of Jim and the time spent, all the fun that we were able to have, and so I'm sure he's sorely missed. A couple weeks ago, I got a call from my cousin Eli, and he was telling me about a roast of one Gary Montague, I don't know, something like that. And he wanted me to come up to Minnesota, which of course I'm unable to do. Obviously, I'm not there. But I thought it'd be fun to get a video going, and so I thought I'd quick send this over and let Mr. Brickman work his magic and present it to you all tonight. So I understand that it's a roast, and so we want to pick a little fun of Gary. But in all honesty, Gary, probably the best first baseman I ever played with, left-handed, which is a little strange, but let's put you in that category. The best left-handed first baseman I ever played with. Played with a lot of first basemen, but you were always a lot of fun. One of the only guys I know that played better drunk than when he was sober. I don't know how many occasions I remember going out on the field and getting ready for infield, as most of the time I was playing third, and there was nobody there. And we'd look and yell for Gary, and he'd be standing back there at the tables talking to somebody with a beer in his hand. Couldn't find his glove, rushing out there at the last minute to join his team in battle. The other memory that I have was a trip to Hutch. Somewhere along the line, Gary had commandeered or come across his path of some old ancient RV, and we thought it would be fun, we, meaning me, Gary, and Eli, to take this RV down to Hutch for the annual pilgrimage of the tournament there, which of course where we won from Tier 2, if you remember correctly, all those years ago. But the trip down was quite eventful. I don't remember going more than probably 20 miles before the van or the RV broke down, and that was on numerous occasions. We'd get up a little bit of speed and get going, and then it would break down again, and Eli would have to get out and do something to it. Somewhere along the line, somebody, Eli or Gary, came across some blue light that you plugged into the cigarette lighter and had a cord, and you put it on top of the vehicle like a police light, and so we were putting that on, going down the road and having a good time yelling and screaming and listening to music, I'm sure. As we pulled into the motel where we were staying, of course we were the last ones in because it took us 10 hours or something to get there, something ridiculous. We made the lap around the parking lot there with the blue light on and the music going, and everybody was out there laying by the pool, and I think there was a barbecue going. I'm sure Andrew was cooking, and having a good time. So we definitely made our entrance, and of course Gary, he was always known where Gary was at because you could hear him a mile away. I won't go into some of the other activities that transpired in that camper that weekend, Gary. You remember who she was, but I'll leave that part alone. In any event, I hope you have a good time tonight. When I talked to Eli and I thought about this video, I thought, oh, you know what, I still have a lot of that old gear. But of course, as I've hunted it over the years, apparently I've either misplaced it or it's got lost somewhere along the line. So I was unable to find too terribly much, except for a few photos, which I'll try to put here on on the video here. Here's one, a nice one, I believe. That is Andrew Bravo with the lovely shorts on there. He had the pants off at that time. It's a nice one there. Here's one I particularly like. Not of Gary. That's John Brickman there playing shortstop, and see the ball getting past him there. I don't know why I like that one so much. But anyways, there's the ball getting through Eli and right past John Brickman. Looked like he was frozen in place there. Of course, this is my personal favorite. This time, of course, I had somebody in the stands that watched me pretty closely. And quite a few of these pictures that I found have the number 23 on them. So I can't imagine why, but look at that form. Yeah, fantastic. Now we get to Gary. There he is. There's the back of his head. Number 5. I'm sure at this point he probably had pine tar all over his shirt and his pants and his belt and his bat and everything else. But there he is right there, number 5. I think Eli crossing the plate. There he is again, checking his hat because he was always worried about how he looked. Always had to be Dapper Dan there, so he's getting ready, coming up and seeing where he's going to go. I think he was calling his shot at this time. And of course, there you are, Gary. Best first baseman I ever played with. So, I wish you the best. Matter of fact, if you'll excuse me, it's a little bit warm in here. Let me go ahead and cool off a little bit. I did say I didn't find all of it, but I did find some. Might be a little tight around the waist there, but you know, when you got it, you still got it. Well, I hope you guys have a good time tonight. And Gary, you're a good guy, buddy. I thought you were like 70, but Eli said you're only 59, so I'm sure you're still out there having a good time and playing hard, and so I wish you guys the best of luck in your endeavors. And if you're ever in North Carolina, look me up and we'll sit down somewhere and have a cold beverage and enjoy each other's company. Take care. Y'all have fun.